What made you feel like this was the direction you wanted to take? That, like, because you could choose from anything in the world, right? Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to the ProfitDig Construction Show. We're glad you're here with us, and we're glad Josh Young is with us.
Howdy.
Josh is a childhood friend of mine.
Yes.
Been several years since we've seen each other.
A long time. A lifetime.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, my wife said the other day, said, you know, we'll be married 17 years this year. And I said, God, man, we're getting old. I still feel really young, so it's bizarre to me.
Wait till you get that 31 year mark.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But I don't feel old, you know, so maybe it's a mental thing, right?
I think so.
I don't feel old either. I just don't feel quite as young.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And some days are worse than others. You know, you just wake up and, I feel old. And then other days, I'm ready to hit the ground.
Right.
So.
Well, Josh is, and also we've got Jeff Spencer here with us, our local construction expert. Jerry Work behind the camera, producer Jerry. So Josh, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I just started a business, home renovations, and I do a little bit of everything, decks, drywall, painting, trim work.
So what made you feel like, you said it's something that you're doing now, something new. What made you feel like this was the direction you wanted to take? That, like, because you could choose from anything in the world, right?
Right, yeah.
You know, why did you choose home renovation?
I just felt I was always handy, and I've always been able to look at stuff and figure out how things work and just how things are built. Yeah, I knew I was good at it, so I just like, well, I'll just do that.
So it's just a natural knack that you've always had?
Well, I've always been poor too. so you know, if something breaks, I figure it out myself. But yeah, figuring it out myself, taking stuff apart and fixing it.
That's really funny. That's the same thing I always said when I was doing my application engineering. I was like, the only thing, what makes me so good at it is because I'm really good at breaking stuff.
Yeah. So breaking stuff, but I mean, things break. Everything breaks. So you got to figure. You either pay somebody to fix it or you fix it yourself.
Fix it yourself, yeah.
And so I fix it myself sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Depends on the job.
Yeah, it depends on the job.
Well, and maybe that's something that, you know, you should be aware of. Like, if you do go out and start your own business, like, it sounds like you have an idea of what your limits should be.
Absolutely.
And maybe you don't have it defined on a piece of paper or something, but
right.
You know, after looking at something like, this is going to be a little bit beyond what I'm ready to take on.
Yes.
I think it's a good trait to have.
It is. I'm a big proponent in mental. I don't really want to do stress, and I don't really want to do. I mean, it's my business. I want to, you know, be happy, and if I feel like it's too much for me, even if I just feel like it, I won't do it. Like a load bearing wall. I don't want to touch a load bearing wall because, you know, if her roof falls down or
structural value.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have that on me.
The liability.
Not only that, but that's somebody's home.
Yeah.
You know, and
not the legal liability, just in general.
I don't feel right now at this moment I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
So could I do it? Absolutely. But I don't feel comfortable, so I won't do it. So, but big disclaimer, you know, when I talk to people and they're like, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. Well, I'll do that, but I won't do that. So, but yeah, absolutely. You need to know what you're capable of. You need to have those boundaries. So, absolutely.
I think we've talked about that in the past too, like in the construction world, like being able to make that kind of assessment.
Yeah.
And
you've got to know your limits and your boundaries. You know, to what you're doing for your scope of work. You know, for your profession. Because the worst thing you want to do is get a bad name for yourself.
Exactly.
You know, you want to be able to go out and give a good quality product, and people be happy with it. And, you know, word of mouth sells better than any kind of advertising you can do. And the other thing is like you may not, because you're just getting started, you may not yet, but you need to kind of build a reputation with other contractors that are in similar line of work as you, because then you can be the one, like, hey, this job is not for me, but I can recommend this person, or I can recommend this company, to where you still have a rapport with that person. So in the future, if they have something that's in your field or your expertise, they're like, well, Josh, I really like the guy he referred me to. I'm going to give him another call and see if he can handle this task. So I mean, it just works good all the way around. To be upfront, be honest with people, let them know what you can or can't do, and don't be scared to say I can't do it. Because that's going to give you as much praise as doing a good job.
I'm definitely not afraid to say that.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't know how to do that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, and I forgot to ask, but is there a specific name for your company, or is it just based on you?
it's Young's Construction.
Young's
my
Construction.
last name in construction.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And that's serving the Dixon, Tennessee area, or?
Mainly.
Mostly.
I've done some jobs in McEwen and Waverly.
Okay, so just a general greater
Yeah,
Dixon area.
It depends. Yeah, it just depends on all the things. All the things.
All right. Well, if you're looking for remodeling work in this area, give Josh a call.
Yes.
Right. In fact, I think I told you, I got a couple things.
Yeah.
Now that I found out that we do this kind of work, but you know what? I know who I need to call now. So if you had to pick, what's your favorite type of work? Like, obviously you're doing remodeling, but I've heard from people that do this kind of work that they really like building decks, or they really like building bookcases, or have you found like what your kind of favorite is?
Yes, and it depends on what the motive is. If it's to, be on a job for a few days and make some money, I would say flooring or something like that. If it's, but the stuff that I love doing is I like building things. So decks and porches and stuff like that. So I hate drywall work, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I saw a meme on Facebook. It was a guy sweeping a roof. I mean, I'll even do that. So I'm not too proud. So I'll sweep if you want to pay me to sweep your roof, I will absolutely sweep your roof.
I used to tell the same thing to my manager. I used to be like, you know what, you pay me the same thing you're paying me now, I'll sweep floors in this building all day, every day.
Yeah. I am not too good to sweep a roof. I'm not too good to do that.
Yeah, one thing my dad used to tell me, and my brother, as we was growing up, of course, he had his own business. We ended up working for him, as we got older. But we'd come to him, he'd send us to do a job. We complain a little bit, and he's like, look, at the end of the day, it pays the same. You're making money. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're told to do a job, you do it. You're getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of the way, my outlook on life has been for my whole life, and times have changed tremendously over the last 20 plus years. Now it's to the point to where, people have to have a certain field they're in, or they won't do it, or, they're more of a privileged type, they feel like they're owed X amount of money before they ever start work. And, those are the wrong kind of mentalities to have, especially in a construction business, because most of the time it's hard work. And, it's, like my daddy said, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're getting paid. And you're drawing a check at the end of the day. So, I wish we could kind of get back to that mentality like it was, a few years back, to where people are expected to do a job and expected to get paid for a job and not complain about what the job is. So, but there again, in your field, you got kind of a vast range, of what you're doing. You're not sitting on one specific item, you do multiple items. So, there again, you've got rates that you charge, but your rates are going to cover you no matter what you're doing. So at the end of the day, you got a job to do, so you're getting paid to do that job.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I never really understood, I don't know, people that are in that type of mindset of, well, I've got a degree in, I don't know, microbiology, germs, or germinology or something. It's like, and I won't do any work that's not that. And those people will go 2 years, a year, without
A job.
It's not because they're looking to take time away from work. They're just solely focused on this one thing.
Yep.
I told my wife, I said, look, if I lose my job, like, don't ever worry about it. Like, I'm employable. I will have a job within 2 weeks, all right? I was like, don't worry about that. May not pay the same, but I'll be employed and then looking for what I want to look for.
Yes.
So I've never understood that mentality. But I think there are other reasons that you could take time off of work, but that's not a good one.
No.
But I think the mindset of just human race has changed as well. The working the 40 hours a week for the rest of your life, buying a house, is that the American dream? I don't know. Is it? And then when you retire, you're too old to really enjoy life.
Yeah, 70 years old.
Yeah.
Time to cut it loose.
And they say that if you enjoy your job, you don't really work. So I think that, but people are taking that overboard. You don't have, just because you have a job doesn't mean you have to enjoy every little piece of your work. It's just the next step in getting this job done. Get it done, get it over with. You know? For the most part, I love what I do. But there are some jobs like drywall. I hate drywall. Yeah. But if it's standing in the way for me getting the job done, then absolutely
you gotta do it.
Yeah, do it. So but yeah, I think there's a healthy line on each side. Just do the job. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Get paid, and then on the other side, do I really like what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
There's a good balance between the two, I think.
Well, I think the earlier you can come to that decision in your life, because I mean, just personally, I got a whole bunch of kids, 2 mortgages, my options, and I'm single income in our family, so my wife stays at home with the kids, so for me, the whole mindset of, well, if I don't like it, I won't do it. I mean, I do like what I'm doing now, but I don't love it. I don't wake up in the morning just can't wait to get at it today. It's but in general, I'm happy with my situation. But I think, that it's got to be really tough to find out, this is what I know I love, and I'm 19 years old, I have nothing holding me back. Can I make the decision that's going to last the rest of my life? You're probably not going to make that when you're really young.
Yeah, and you have responsibilities to your family. That is your responsibility.
Yeah.
So.
And there's pride in that and pleasure in that too.
Absolutely. So if I don't like the drywall job, I'm supporting my family.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to get it done. So absolutely. That's your responsibility.
So do you find that you're looking for custom work? I know everything's custom, but I mean something with a flourish, or do you have an artistic bent to your work?
Yes. Well, like I said, I like doing decks and porches and stuff, so I like to put my little flair on it. And it is, any deck is, I guess, custom. If there's things there's code that you need to follow, but there's artistic, I guess, things that you can do for every deck. I'm doing a screened-in porch soon. I'm very excited about that, and she wants it wrapped in cedar, and it's going to be gorgeous. Yeah. There's another one that she wants a pagoda on the deck. That's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited to do stuff like that, and I like the custom work. But even painting a wall, I'm still at the end of my day. I still, I'm also single income family, sole income family. So my wife stays home with the kids. It's my responsibility, my job. So if I have to paint, I don't really like painting, but I'll do it. So if I have to paint a wall or sweep a roof, or that's my job.
Well, I think there's humility in that too. It's we always have to do things that aren't our favorite,
right?
But we do have responsibilities, and at the end of the day, painting a wall is not the worst thing in the world, right? There are worse jobs.
I always say I hate painting. I don't really mind painting. I hate trimming out.
See, I love trimming out.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electrical, like the little.
Hey, we may have a business opportunity. I'll talk to you after the video.
All right, you got paint, I got trim work. Okay. Are you gonna paint the trim before I put it on?
I'm gonna let you trim out first. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, man, great video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you're
Thanks,
looking-
Josh, for being here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you,
Absolutely.
Josh.
Anytime.
So if you're looking for a job costing and bidding, estimating software, check us out at ProfitDig.com. We're proud of our product, and it allows us to invite guests in and do these videos. Let us know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, to the video. Tell your mom about it.
Yeah.
She probably wants to see this video too. All right, thanks everybody. Have a
See
good
you
one.
guys.